Hello, and welcome to another video. Today I will be sending off Tarkir Dragonstorm by building one last sealed deck. On my channel, it is a bit of a tradition to build a sealed deck with the Departing set right before a pre-release. And there are a couple of reasons for that. In part because it is a nice way to sunset the old set and use up the remaining packs that I have. And also in part to get back into the mindset of sealed deck building for a little bit of practice before the pre-release. I don't feel that there is a whole lot of opportunity for sealed deck tournaments throughout the duration of a set. There is of course the pre-release itself, but other than that, there might be an RCQ or some kind of tournament on Arena, but kind of feels like the opportunities to play sealed are few and far between. So I like going through this exercise to kind of get back into it. But yeah, all of that to say, today we are building a sealed deck. I'm going to start by opening up all of the packs at once. Then I'll go through and sort everything by color. We'll pay special attention to the rares, and then start building from there. Let's get started. Alright, so it looks like we've got some pretty interesting stuff to work with. For now I'm going to clear all of this out so that we can spread out the rares and take a closer look at them. So here are all of the rares that we opened. I would be pretty pumped to play most of these, honestly. And conveniently, it's looking like our strongest cards are within the teamer colors. The only ones that aren't aligned with teamer are the Eerie Ultimatum and the Barren Step Siege. And truly, the Ultimatum is such a demanding casting cost that I really might not be considering this anyway. And I do kind of like the Siege, but it's not really breaking my heart to not play it. So just judging by the rares, I would take these two out and focus only on teamer. Next, I want to take a look at the support that we have from our non-basic land, as that will be pretty important. Well, that is not great. The bright side, I guess, is we've got good support for black if there's anything we want to splash. And so far, there's only one thing with a double color pip. But yeah, this leaves a bit to be desired, I think. Let's take a look at the remaining multicolored cards and see what we have going on there. So looking at our teamer and our non-teamer cards, I feel pretty good about all of these up here. And I don't really mind passing up what we aren't playing. Except of course Sonic Shrieker, but I suppose I'll manage. Kishless Skimmer might be a little out of place here, but it is still a 2/2 flyer for 2, so I don't mind holding on to that. Next, let's look at the artifacts. Nothing too exciting here, but maybe we could look at the boulder-born dragons. And if we're really in a pinch, the Jeskai monument is 2/3 on color, so maybe there's that. Next, let's take a look at the white and the black, just to see if there's anything in there that we might consider. Yeah, there isn't that much white, and I think we'll do okay without it. There does seem to be quite a bit of black though, so let's see what we've got. Yeah, I think we're all right there. Now let's take a look at the blue, the red, and the green. Okay. All right. I actually think our green looks pretty decent, and we've got a number of spells that find land for us, including the Omen here. So even though we don't have very many of the 2-color lands, maybe we can still pull this off. So let's start laying out the deck and see how that goes. I'm not at all confident that this deck can actually reliably activate Quarry Steel Cutter, but maybe we just play it as an equipment anyway. So that's 15 creatures. And 30 cards overall, so quite a few cuts to make. Also, the saga here is basically a creature. I do want to be careful about how many expensive cards we're playing. I like Boulderborn Dragon, and I especially appreciate that it doesn't require any color of mana. But maybe this is one that we get rid of. I also like Dragonfire Blade, and I think we've got some pretty good targets for it, but the creatures that are cheapest to put it on probably need it the least. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to get rid of Quarry Steel Cutter as well. Like I was saying before, I just don't think it's a great fit for this deck. I think I'll shave one of the counter spells as well. This creature situation is also not sitting great with me. With the ramp spells and the Bloomvine Regent, I'm envisioning green being the largest slice of our land base. So if we can cut down on needing red early game, that might free up some space for blue to make sure that we can cast these creatures. Whereas the rest of our red is kind of good anytime, or solidly late game. We're down to 25. Maybe we can do without the Dragonstorm. All of our other ramp costs 3. And Roamer's Routine has Harmonize if we really need it. So I think we're good without that. All right, one more cut. I think Overwhelming Surge might be a better sideboard card for us. The first ability definitely costs more than I would want to pay for it, but I appreciate that it's got some versatility to it. But to fully take advantage of it, I think this might be better to side in once we know that they have a good artifact. So I'll move that over to the sideboard. And I'll call it good. So there we have it. I'm not really sure how this deck might perform practically. It is definitely on the slower side, so would probably be pretty susceptible to aggressive decks. But I think we're in pretty good shape if we can get up to the top end here. But let me know your thoughts on it, and I would love to discuss it with you. And that will do it for today. Thank you so much for joining me today for one last Tarkir Dragonstorm video. I hope you have so much fun if you go out and play in a Final Fantasy pre-release. Of course, I would love to hear how that goes for you. And I'm really looking forward to going out and playing one myself. I'll be sure to show you next week what my deck looked like, and on Monday I'll have the first Final Fantasy Crack-A-Pack video up, so I am looking forward to doing that with you. But yeah, as always, if you enjoyed this video, I would absolutely love it if you would hit the thumbs up button. And please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I'll be back with new Magic the Gathering ASMR videos every Monday and Friday. I truly appreciate all of your support. And I hope you have a wonderful day.